men, okay, listen up. I have not seen more destruction in the life of men when it comes to sin that's not more prevalent or comes from apathy. Most sin starts because you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing, and you allow other things to happen. That was David. He should have been out fighting, right? If he would have been out fighting, none of this would have happened, but because he chose to become proud, right? Because that's what he was doing. This is how this happened. He gets up to the top of his building, and he's overlooking all of his buildings, and he's like, wow, look at what I've accomplished. You know, before he's fighting. He's a fighting man, right? He's fighting for the kingdom. He's fighting for Israel. He's fighting to be king someday, and then he arrives. Well, think about this, because this happens in the lives of people, right? You're fighting for your salvation. You're fighting for your family. You're fighting for, and then all of a sudden the fight's over, and they're kind of like, look at what I have now. Look at my marriage. Look at my family. Look at what's around me. And you start to get comfortable, and you start to get proud, and you start to look around. And so he's looking around. After Uriah is killed, some time goes on. Bathsheba has the kid. David repents before the Lord, cries out for mercy. Does God forgive him? Does God forgive him? Absolutely. Does God love him? Absolutely. But don't miss what God said to him. I love you, and you're forgiven, and you're right in my eyes because of all of these things. But know this, David. Because of your sin, consequences, right? Because we know that this happens, consequences on this earth. Because of your sin, the sword will never leave your home. The sword will never leave your home. While David was alive, this is what happened. They had their child. What do you think happened to their child? Died. What do you think happened to his family? Chaos, turmoil, rebellion, death. Why? Because sexual sin harms not only you, but people around you. And what he's trying to say is this world has accepted sexual sin, just like the Corinthian church. Like the Corinthian church has accepted sexual sin, prostitution. The American church has accepted high school kids having sex with people, have accepted people having sex before marriage. We've just accepted it as a part of, well, you know, kids will be kids, and you know, certain circumstances are certain circumstances. And what Paul's trying to say is, do not look at sexual sin any way other than God looks at sexual sin. It not only harms you, but it harms other people.